Hey guys, Coach Tyler here. Today I'm going to talk about 5 things that you guys can do in your daily life that will help ensure that you have longevity in your training. Longevity in your training is something that is very, very overlooked. And a lot of times we sort of look at short term. I'm talking things 1 year to 3 year to 10 year, right? Things that will ensure that you can do, no matter what style of training you choose, that will give you maximum benefit to train forever. We always need to be doing something in our fitness. There's no question. Some sort of physical activity. Okay. I am biased, but CrossFit is the best way. It makes you look better, it makes you feel better, and it makes you perform better. There's no other program that works better. And I, of course, saying that, but I wouldn't have not started and risked my life to start this gym otherwise. Now, these things are irrefutable things across all avenues of training. So I'm going to go over into those things right now. Okay. But before I begin, I want to mention that what you do on the outside of the gym is just as important as your training inside the gym. Okay, it's very, very important for you to know that. The 23 hours of your day are probably the most important. Okay, because they are what's going to set you up for success in the gym and 10 years from now. Okay, at least we hope so. The first thing that we're going to look over or talk about is sleep, and it should be very, very practical, very simple solution, but sleep is often the most overlooked thing, or the thing that we give up first if we have issues like with time crunches or kids, or we're stressed out, or we need to eat, or we want to train. Okay. If there was a difference, or if there was two options of either training or sleeping, and you haven't slept enough in the last, few days, sleep will definitely overtake the training priority. Okay. Prioritize your sleep. Okay. As you age, you don't need as much sleep, but if you're training, you need more sleep. All right. 7 to 9 hours is typically the recommended amount. It's not just the duration, it's the quality. So make sure that you are doing quality sleep. There's a lot of trackers out there that you can actually use to see if you're actually performing in your sleep well, or your quality of sleep is very well. So dig into those things, Google them. There's a lot of information out there. But you cannot overtrain when you cannot train properly if you're fatigued. When you're fatigued, you make bad decisions, you eat poorly, your cortisol levels are higher, and that stores fat, that creates stress, and that just is a snowball of negativeness. Okay. So get sleep. It is nature's number one cure for many, many things. Okay. Seems simple, but it's simpler than, and it is simpler, easier said than done, excuse me. Okay. Second thing is very obvious is eat quality foods. All right. Quality versus quantity. Now, if you are someone who needs to lose excessive weight, you need to focus on the quantity a little bit more. Okay. I'm talking about those athletes that have a normal body fat range. Okay. If we have the normalized body fat range, we now need to focus on ensuring we ingest quality food. Okay. So the quality is really the most important part once you've kind of reached those body fat levels. And the reason is because, both are very important, but the quality is really what's going to dictate how you're feeling. Okay. The feel is going to be able to give you that longevity in your training, because when you feel better, you're going to perform better in the gym, right? When you feel better, you're going to want to train. You're going to want to take care of yourself, okay? Of course, there's many caveats to, or diets out there, but I think we can all agree on that whole foods are the most important part of your nutrition, okay? Again, prioritize quality foods, and that's going to give you the energy and the motivation to continue. Okay, because food is information. Our body sees it as information. It's going to look at a sugar cookie and a sweet potato as carbohydrates, yes, but the information from that, or the micronutrients, are going to be way different, and those things are going to make you feel a lot better. Okay, so quality foods. Third thing is meditation, or taking quiet time daily, or prayer. Okay. Oftentimes in society, these things, like creating headspace is what I would call it. We sort of let distractions get to us. It's very easy to be distracted in this day and age with social media and the phones. We have the world at our fingertips on these things, and we get bombarded with people trying to communicate with us, and that's great. But sometimes what that creates is unneeded and wanted stress, or more importantly, me time. If I can't focus on the things that I want to focus on, or if I can't create clear-headedness within myself, I'm going to have information overload poured into me, and I'm going to start to make bad decisions, or I'm going to create artificial stress. Okay, a lot of those things can be blocked out. If we created headspace for ourselves, we'd actually have more time to think about what we want. We've had more time to reflect on our journey, to create positive thoughts with ourselves, and just really, create this like layer of kind of awareness for ourselves on what we should be doing next. We can make better decisions. We can, focus on things that we want to improve. It's just really good. So I would say like prayer, taking time, a quiet time daily, okay, is the third thing. Fourth thing is building strong relationships. Now it sounds kind of weird on how this would impact your longevity and your training, but I think as we all know, everybody has issues in relationships, okay? When you're having a problem like with your spouse or your boyfriend or girlfriend, and we all do, right? It's real life. That's all you're thinking about, right? You're not going to want to eat. You're not going to want to train, right? Those relationships are constantly going to be bombarding, or your lack of relationships for that matter. And we're going to start making poor decisions. We're not going to have people in our corner lifting us up, creating the motivation, someone to share struggles with, right? All these things are positive things that we can use to fuel ourselves in the future. Like if you have someone in your corner who says, that are telling you good job, or that supports your weight loss journey, or it supports your sport, whatever, like how cool is that, right? I think it's really awesome that if you have those strong relationships inside your life, you're going to really have a better and long-term health overall, right? You're going to make better decisions in your training and your diets and stress reduction. Okay. So really building strong relationships, making sure you don't have stressful relationships and stuff like that. Okay. And the last thing is recovery. So recovery is different than a rest day. Okay. A rest day, for those that don't know, is just really when you do nothing. Okay. Let's just say you're watching Netflix and that's your Sunday. Okay. I would consider that a rest day. A recovery day is something that is actually actively making you better for the next day's training or the next couple days training, whatever it is, right? So it's something that makes you feel better leaving it than it does going into it. So like if you're feeling depleted, but then when you leave, you feel energized and refreshed and you're happy, that's a recovery day. That's low skill stuff. That's yoga. That's going out in nature and sitting on a park bench, listening to birds chirp and getting some vitamin D. That's going for a really slow, strenuous walk or a hike or swim. Okay. Those are sort of active recovery or recovery protocols that I would consider. Those things need to be planned. Okay. Those things are, it takes time, of course, but that's ultimately that would be the fifth one that is very important to ensure that you have longevity in your training. Okay. So those 5 things that I just went over are things to consider, looking at in your life and taking sort of a snapshot of where you're at so that you can really have long-term healthy results for forever. 10 years from now, what you're doing for your workout today is not truly going to matter as much as the daily small actions, the 23 hours of your day, right? That you can start, that I just talked about right now. Okay. So let me know if you have any questions on any of this stuff. If you have any specific needs or anything like that, just send me a message, info@badgercrossfit.com, or make a comment below. Thank you so much.